Happening today, suppliers are expected to begin shipping medical marijuana to different pharmacies in the state. And Eric, a lot of people have been waiting for this.
Yeah, there are only 9 approved by the pharmacy board, and they're getting locations ready for the product. Duke Carter is live at one of the drugstores on Paris Avenue that'll be selling the medical marijuana. And one lady claims that she's willing to try medical marijuana. Duke?
Hey, good morning, Eric and Jay. Yeah, this is Claire Morgan. She lives on the North Shore, and she has a stiff person syndrome, which is a very rare disease. She used to jog, and now she says she can't even walk around the block because of the muscle spasms and the very pain muscle stiffness. And so she's been treating it with medication, but her body eventually got adjusted, and now she says potentially she needs stronger doses, but doctors are looking at her because they think that she's addicted to opioids. So that's the reason why she's potentially looking at trying medical marijuana. Now, what exactly is medical marijuana? Well, according to healthline.com, marijuana has been used for medicine for years, and the THC in the plant, when it enters, it stimulates the brain and impacts the body, and effects range from reduced pain and increased appetite. Now, again, according to healthline.com, medical marijuana treats chronic pain, nausea, muscle spasms like those with multiple sclerosis. Well, we spoke with a doctor, Dr. Chad Domingue on the North Shore, who is helping Miss Morgan with stiff person syndrome, and that's a disease that attacks the nervous system and can cause extreme painful muscle stiffness. Here's what he said about trying medical marijuana. Take a listen.
When you look at marijuana, show me one medical study showing somebody dying from an overdose. Show me the studies where livers are failing, kidneys are failing, stomach ulcers. And the reason why I start with that is let's look at the alternatives. Tylenol, aspirin, ibuprofen, Xanax, Valium, narcotics. Go through the list, and the side effect profile is astronomical.
Now, medical marijuana can come in different forms, including oils, pills, liquids, as well as topical applications and an inhaler for people who have asthma. And then under the 2015 law, additional changes has passed since then. Louisiana is also allowing people with medical marijuana to treat seizure disorders as well as Parkinson's disease. That's the story for now. Reporting live, Duke Carter, Eyewitness News.
All right, Duke, thanks very much.